Hey there, David Chinelli here, Realtor with Royal LePage Signature with another Real Estate Educational Friday. Today's topic is selling strategies for your residential properties. Your biggest marketing tool to sell your home is its price when you hit the MLS system. And there are basically 4 options that you can go with when choosing which strategy you want to use when selling. The first strategy is to list your home well above market value in hopes that a buyer will come in and negotiate down, but you would still end up with more than the market value of your property. This is by far the worst strategy, and I never ever suggest you go with this. The idea is if the market value of your home is, say, worth $1 million, you would come into market and list it, say, at 1.1 in hopes that a buyer may see the property and you can negotiate to, say, I don't know, $1,025,000 or $1,050,000. The problem with this strategy is when buyers see homes that are overpriced, they are reluctant to go visit that property. In their mind, they are thinking that these sellers are unrealistic even now at this price point. What makes you think that they're going to be reasonable once we get at the negotiation table? So a lot of times, the potential buyer will wait to hopefully see that home come down in price and then maybe go see the property. So in reality, your home will be listed for a lot longer than it probably should be. And then when you do get to the negotiation table, there's sometimes a stigma to the home, thinking because the home's been listed so long that there might be something wrong with it. And you end up getting below the market value, so probably below that $1 million point we discussed earlier. The second strategy is to list your home at or just below market value. With precision pricing, we can find out the value of your home, which we do by looking at recent sales in your area for very similar homes or what is currently on the market. By doing this pricing, you will attract more buyers. Buyers these days are more educated than they've been in the past. With all the apps out there, they can see what properties have sold for recently and what is currently on the market as well. So there's no fooling them. So when they see a property listed at market value or just below, they know that they need to act on this property sooner than later. This will entice more buyers to enter the property and hopefully to bid on the property. With this kind of scenario, you may get more than one offer. And if you do get more than one offer, a lot of times the 2 offers will bid against each other and drive the price up. So in this kind of scenario, if your home was worth, say, $1 million like we did in the last situation, this home may get more than $1 million mark just by pricing it correctly. The third strategy is to offer the home at well below market value and have an offer date in which a seller would accept an offer on the home. The idea for this is to get the most amount of potential buyers to see that home by listing it at a really low price point. This strategy should get more people through the front door since you are appealing to those buyers which have a market budget below the actual value of the property. And you are also appealing to those who have a budget right at or above the market value of that home. With this strategy, you are telling potential buyers that there is an offer date. And ideally, what you want them to do is to bring the most amount of money that they possibly have or they possibly can afford on this home with the least amount of conditions. But be warned, this strategy really only works in a hot market or an area which is hot at the time. If you're not in a hot market, sometimes potential buyers will not want to engage in a so-called bidding war. Therefore, they will sit back and see what happens with the property and see if it sells on that offer date. And if this does happen, unfortunately, a lot of times the seller will have to cancel that listing and relist at a price point which they would have accepted in the first place. So therefore, you can see you may potentially piss off a number of potential buyers and may not get the price point you were looking for if you would have listed at market value. But you may also get way more than you expected if you are selling in a really hot market. And strategy number 4 is to ask all potential buyers to have a long irrevocable time, which is usually anywhere from 24 to 72 hours. Every offer has an irrevocable time when it is presented that this offer is only good until. For example, if I gave you an offer and I said the irrevocable is for 11:59 p.m. this evening, if you do not touch the offer or do not sign back and do nothing with it, at midnight, the offer would be considered dead. In a more traditional offer situation, I've seen irrevocables span between maybe 3 all the way up to about 24 hours. In this strategy, you are asking the buying agent to give you at least 48 to 72 hours irrevocable for the seller to decide what to do with the offer. And when it comes to price point, it's at the discretion of the selling agent. I've seen selling agents list it, using the other strategies, either right or just below the market value, or sometimes I've seen them do it well below market value to entice a kind of a bidding war, but I've also seen them listed above market value. And there are different reasons for whatever the listing brokerage chooses. One of them could be that there are multiple people in which the listing broker has to get in touch with in order to get a consensus of what to do with an offer. But a lot of times, the 48 or 72 hour irrevocable is used to entice a bidding war. So it acts very similar as the previous strategy. So when you give me an offer, we basically have 48 hours to shop it around, so to speak, and try to get another offer to come in and have a pseudo bidding war within that 48 hours to potentially get you above market value for your property. Well, I hope you enjoyed this Real Estate Educational Friday, and I hope it was educational for you. If you'd like me to discuss any other topics or want to know more about these strategies, you can always call or text me at 416-876-9998 or email me at dchinelli@royallepage.ca. Have a great day. Bye for now.